Good, beautiful Tuesday morning. My name is John. I am your host, and welcome to this episode 12 of A Dog's Life. I came back to the gym last night to get in some cardio that I did not do in the morning. Before going in, I sat and watched a podcast, and it was talking about shadow work, something Carl Jung was very known for, still is, even though his physical energy is not in a body anymore. He is still with us somewhere. I really felt compelled to talk about that today. That even made my voice go up an octave. Like, really? You're going to talk about that? You're going to talk about the negative sides of yourself? Yes, you are. As much as I've grown over the last year in this leg of my spiritual journey, there are still so many things to work on. I think it was also Jung that said, without darkness, there is no light. And he talks a lot about embracing our dark side. That doesn't mean being evil or anything like that. It just means, in my perception, understanding the sides of yourself that you choose not to show society because you're afraid of how society will view it. On the lighter side of my dark side, lighter dark, on the lighter side of my dark side, I still, at times at this point in my life, instead of truly dealing with something, I'll rob Peter to pay Paul, and whether that's financial or my words or whatever, I do it. I don't like it. I do it much less than I used to, but I still do. That is the first time I've used in a while. I went back and watched some of my prior videos and realized how I've stopped some of the hesitations. I've gotten better about letting my words just flow. Back to my dark side. I have been known to say over the last 7-ish years that I choose not to date because I am better at showing my friends affection and giving them time than I am to a partner. And that is true. But it's not my truth. My truth in the last 4 of those 7 years is disenchantment with my body. I've not wanted to share it with somebody else because I did not like it for me. My truth is it's a roll of the dice of whether I would be drawn to a partner that I would feel that society would be okay with. Even with all of my growth, I need to look at the ways that I still let society define me. And I'm not talking about being rude. I'm not talking about throwing something in people's faces. But we are here to enjoy our journey, to enjoy our time on this earth. And as much as I understand that, as much as I put that back out, I'm still working on parts of myself of being of being me, of not letting society dictate who I am. My challenge for myself in the month of November: I'm going to go on 4 dates. I need to really understand if it is true that I enjoy being alone, or if I'm just doing that because it's the easy way out. There was an email that landed in my inbox on Friday. I chose not to answer it until Monday, which was yesterday. And even when I answered it, I didn't answer the big question, the question that the person was looking for an answer for. This is somebody that I have paid for their opinion, and they have given me their opinion. I do not care for it. I think that they are looking inside the box for the answer, and that's why they only came up with A and B. I think there's an outside of the box where C exists, and I think that that is the right answer for the situation. In my lesson I took from that yesterday is something else that I've listened to a lot lately. It's about not speaking things on your horizon until they come to fruition, that you need to keep that inside of yourself, not forever, but until the time is right. And being towards the end of my day and having a conversation when I was not excited about having it, instead of just saying, I appreciate that, I'm going to look this over and I will give you my decision on Friday, instead of just saying that, which was a true answer. I don't think we always have to tell all the truth, but here I wanted to shove the rest of the truth out of my mouth. I said that I wanted to ask someone else for a second opinion, that I was going to pay someone else to give me their opinion to see if they felt there was an outside the box answer. That should have never been spoken. I should have kept that inside myself. And I'm sorry that I didn't, because it caused havoc in a phone conversation that did not need to have havoc. I could have just quietly did what I needed to do, seen if there was an option C that was outside of the box, and just let it be that. We look for sometimes when we're not sure of ourselves, when we're insecure in our worthiness in a certain situation, we look to the world for our worthiness or validation, and we don't need to do that. We are enough within ourselves. Zig Ziglar gives a great talk. It's on the humorous side. And he talks about people with problems. He's like, some people come to you saying that they want to solve their problems. They don't really want to solve their problems at all. What they want is to have that certain problem, because that's where they find their worth, is showing you their problem and presenting it to you. So if you go and give them the answer that solves their problem, then the next time they're at lunch with a friend, they can't tell them about it. The next time they're on the phone with their spouse, they can't tell them about it. Some people truly enjoy living in their problems. And if you truly give them an option to solve those problems, then what are they going to talk about? What are they going to find their worth in? I have done that kind of stuff. We all have. Jeez. When we just truly start looking at ourselves, it's not about taking monumental steps. It's realizing our actions, looking inside ourselves to understand why we made that choice. And after looking at it like that, asking ourselves, was that the best choice for us? Not for society, for us. Was that the best choice for us? If we're feeling our worthiness and we're owning ourselves, did we make a choice that resonates with us? Another thing that has been on my mind probably over the last 6 months, something that I have been guilty of doing in the past, and I think I've touched on this a little bit lately, but it's having opinions on other people's lives. There is a family member in my life that after finishing high school has chosen not to take a job, not to go to college, just doing odds and end jobs. I have been so guilty of talking with other family members and being like, did person A figure out what they were going to do? Man, that is not our problem. What person A chooses to do, that's on person A. My place to have an opinion? Absolutely fucking not. And I've stopped. I don't ask it. I still ask after person A. I still talk to them when I see them. But I've taken my opinion out of the equation. They are walking their journey. I don't need to have an opinion on that because it's their journey. I want to let them walk it. This may be the time that they are finding themselves, and they are going to be that seed that has been sown in the ground for the last year and a half and is just going to sprout so fucking big, none of us ever expected it. Person A, I'm sending you all of the energy, positive and blessing and loving energy I can at the moment. That is you. I want that to be you, for you. I want you to find your truth, your purpose. And I want you to know I believe in you to do it your way. I'm just proud of you and I love you. I don't remember if it was something I was listening to last night or listening to this morning, but they were talking about how if we, going back to knowing ourselves, that if we look at something we're getting irritated with in someone else, if we really stop and step back and look at our irritation, is it really with that person? Or is it because we realize that we have the same trait, the same habit of doing that within ourselves, and we're angry at that person for having that trait as well? And it's not always true, but over the last 6 months, since I'd first heard that, and then I heard it again either last night or this morning, that has been a huge growing tool for me in growing and making my life better. When I start to feel frustration, 90% of the time, because I'm not perfect with it, but I'm up to a good 90. I'm an A-. I'll step back and ask myself if my frustration is really with that person or within me, because I've been guilty of doing what they're doing at this moment, and this moment it's irritating me in them because I know it's in myself too. Man, I love doing these talks. I love putting my journey out here for everyone else to hopefully be inspired by, resonate with. I hope that this makes you take 5 minutes to contemplate a way that you can just be a better version of you. I am all about you being a better version of you. I would love to randomly get a comment or a text or a Facebook message saying, hey, I am a better person today because by you sharing your truth, I looked at my truth. I let myself be in my vulnerability and really look why I chose to do an action. And man, changing that action has helped me become such a better version of me. Thank you for sharing your truth. That's what's up today. I look forward to hearing about your journey of introspection and how you found a better version of you. May you all just be blessing and love to those around you today. I love each and every one of you. We are all part of this collective universe. And the more we make our energy better, the better we're making the energy around us that we send out into this world. Thank you for being here.